It did.
There you go. Leave that for you at the.
Yeah, that's why I brought my shoes. They always got it cranked.
Good. Kurt, you all set?
I'm all set.
You're all
Sorry,
set?
just getting situated.
All good. Okay, it's now 6:01, so I'll call the planning board meeting to order for Monday, August 24th, 2026. If we can all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Jim Abdallah,
Yes.
Barry Finnegan,
Yes.
Tom Cosgrove,
Yes.
Carly Leary. Yes. Kurt Burbidge.
Yes.
Thank you. We do have meeting minutes for the May 26th meeting. Nobody has comment or questions. We have a motion to accept. Motion by Barry, have a second.
Second that.
Second by Kurt. Roll call.
Jim Abdallah.
Yes.
Barry Finnegan,
Yes.
Tom Cosgrove,
Yes.
Carly Leary. Yes. Kurt Burbidge.
Yes.
And again, we have the same thing for the July 27th meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to accept them.
Okay, do a second.
I will second that.
Roll call.
Jim Abdallah.
Yes.
Barry Finnegan,
Yes.
Carly Leary. Yes. Kurt Burbidge.
Yes.
We have to go back because Barry could not vote on the May minutes. He was not there. So someone else needs to make a motion to accept the May minutes.
All right, I'll make the motion
Okay.
to accept the May minutes.
Second by
Second,
Kurt.
Second by Kurt.
Okay. Roll call again.
Jim Abdallah.
Yes.
Tom Cosgrove.
Yes.
Carly Leary. Yes. Kurt Burbidge.
Yeah.
Sorry, Barry, I didn't see that.
Sorry about
there.
that, I didn't
You're
either.
all-
All good.
I just assumed we were talking last week's meeting, or last month's meeting.
We didn't get a chance to review that in the pre-meeting.
Okay, moving to the first application on the agenda is planning board, historic site review for 26-08. 34 Brinkerhoff Street, First Presbyterian Church. Applicant is Bill Merrill.
Bill, I'll give my presentation first and then you can go up.
Yep. All good.
So yes, this is a historic site review for 34 Brinkerhoff Street Church rehabilitation. The request is to repair deteriorating limestone steps to the Marion Street glass door entrance of the education building, which is adjacent to the historic building. The repair will use a combination of salvaging and replacing limestone stair treads and limestone landing stones. In addition, repointing approximately 8 square feet of the base of the wall adjacent to the glass door entrance and repointing approximately 30 square feet of stone wall adjacent to the Marion entrance steps. The parcel is zoned commercial. The applicant is in attendance. And this is in the Brinkerhoff Street Historic District. And in your packets, you have the building structure inventory form. And the initial date of construction was in the mid to late 1800s. Your packets provide the materials lists for the mortar that will be used to do the repointing. Matching existing color as much as possible. This application was sent to the county for the 239M referral, but because of a lack of quorum, the county was unable to make a decision, but we are still able to make a decision regardless. The application was also sent to SHPO, and we received a letter back on August 6th stating that it is the opinion that the in-kind repair and replacement of the stone steps, in addition to the repointing of the historic stonework mortar, using the mortar appropriate in strength and color as described, will have no adverse impact to the historic properties. I did not receive any departmental comments for this application. For seeker, I have a type 2 listed, no further action required, and this is not in a disadvantaged community. And there's no specific staff comments in the staff report.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Merrill, you have the opportunity to address the board.
So my name's Bill Merrill, and I'm with Bruce Presbyterian Church. Like Emily covered, there's 4 steps that are deteriorating and we like to replace. We're using a contractor with a background in historic renovations. So they'll be doing the work. They've already been out to the site. They've matched the steps as close as possible. The 2 top steps will be replaced and the bottom 2 will be salvaged and then reused. The kitchens have been doing a nice job on the mortar finish on the historic building. They can now get their full head in there. So while they're the Lupini group is here, we asked that they repoint those areas. I believe it's paintball mortar. It should take 3 to 4 weeks, and we're hoping to start this fall.
Anybody on the board have questions?
You have a separate ADA entrance?
I guess.
Okay.
It's further down, further south. And it goes into the historic building. There's a railing.
Okay.
We have an elevator to get people to the sanctuary.
Okay.
Following along those lines, will you be doing anything with the handrail?
Yeah.
Or
I think they're gonna salvage it, and if necessary, we'll go back in and paint it just to make it look appropriate.
okay, so replace in kind as is. Honestly, anything beyond that would be coordination with the codes office. In terms of any other improvements
Yeah.
required or not. but they're gonna leave it in kind, so.
Good.
I have no question.
The other stones for the top two, right, you said those are getting salvaged from another site, essentially trying to match up the
Yeah.
period and color and all that, okay.
Yep, they've already, they had two different options for it. I'm not sure which one they did, but I know the project manager came back with some sample stones. Found that they matched as well as possible.
Right.
And the same thing with mortar, if they'll do a mix. And then make sure whatever color suits the best, but make sure it suits that.
Oh, and that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, any further questions from the board?
No.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Merrill. If not, then we do have a draft resolution 26-0A. To support our seeker findings as a type 2 action, and no further review
Mhm.
required.
I'll make a motion to accept resolution 26-08A. Second.
I'll second that,
I've,
but I'm sorry.
I've one,
It does say 06.
I was gonna say one correction on the resolution written for us is
Yeah.
that it's 2608A, not 2606A.
Yeah.
Right? So a motion and a second.
Mhm.
Roll call?
Jim Abdallah.
Yes.
Barry Finnegan.
Yes.
Tom Cosgrove.
Yes.
Carly Leary.
Yes.
Kurt Burbidge.
Yes.
We do have a public hearing associated with this application, so move to open the public hearing. Nobody to offer public comment. Is there anybody online?
No.
Okay, if not, we will close the public hearing. And move to resolution or consideration of draft resolution 26-08B. Which is resolution addressing the application. As presented.
I'll make a motion to accept resolution 2608B as presented.
A second.
I'll second.
So. Motion and a second, roll call.
Jim Abdallah.
Yes.
Barry Finnegan.
Yes.
Tom Cosgrove.
Yes.
Carly Leary.
Yes.
Kurt Burbidge.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Okay. Moving to the second item on our agenda, the application 26-07B, which is for subdivision of 56 Cumberland Avenue. Owner is 6B Holdings LLC. So with this application, I will recuse myself because I have represented the applicant in some of their building work.
We might.
It's all good. They'll make it.
We actually didn't talk about that in the pre-meeting. Barry, you like to take the lead or would you like me to?
I think you should.
Okay, that's totally fine. All right.
Still a good guy.
That's okay. Emily, do you want to take us away from here?
Yes, so we have a subdivision application for 56 Cumberland Ave. The request is to create a 3-lot subdivision separating the former Elks Lodge property to create 2 new single-family residential parcels. The parcel is zoned residential 1, The applicant is 6B Holdings LLC. And this is on Cumberland staff. In your packets, you have a project narrative that has been provided. I'll read one paragraph from it. The submitted subdivision plan depicts portions of asphalt to be removed to accommodate the bulk area open space requirement for all new parcels. In approval of this application will create 3 tax parcels that are labeled as 1, 2, and 3. All 3 parcels have an existing curb cut for access to and from Cumberland Avenue. And in my opinion, each of the 3 parcels meet bulk area control requirements established by the zoning code. And you have copies of plans. This location is not in a disadvantaged community. I did not receive any departmental comments. I've recommended a type 2 action through seeker. And in the staff report, you will see some staff comments. 1, it is recommended that the planning board classify the subdivision as a minor subdivision. 2, it is recommended that the planning board condition final approval upon the city chamberlain confirming that the project parcels are not delinquent on any prior tax obligations to the city. 3, please clarify the special note on the plan regarding proposed easements on the parcels. And 4, please use updated signature block on plan.
We'll get you folks forward. If you have anything else that you'd like to add.
That's really it. I mean, she did a good job giving a summary. The only thing I'll add is we definitely had a evolution to determine the amount of asphalt we would be removed. Coupled with an 2,000 square foot construction of a single family dwelling and still accommodate the open space requirements. We've done that, so it's not just the open space as it's seen, it's also taking into account additional 2,000 square foot plan.
For both each lot?
Yes,
But a 2,000 square foot structure essentially going on.
yes.
Got it.
No real geometry as to what that footprint is, that's just what's allowed, what we do.
Got it.
So there's no actual building plan yet for the other 2 lots. But that design will have to accommodate and be sized for.
Does that include for lot 3 specifically, but I guess lot 2 as well, that 2,000 square foot building, would that be before that pretty big slope? Like it'd be on the,
Probably be into the slope is actually the thought. With a walkout, the lower level. So
okay,
we would utilize the slope to accommodate for a designed split level.
okay.
So the view shed remains low from the existing upland property. Instead of the 2-story structure, the 2nd story would actually be below the view shed.
Got it.
So basically, here, walkout basin. In the front.
I don't honestly know how to do the plan for the law, I think yes, that's how. We engage in conversation with the applicant, so that's the thought.
Okay. And that includes if the water was at the mean high water
So
line?
yes, that open
Okay.
space is from the mean high water upland. We did not take into consideration the area between mean low water and mean high water. So all of our area requirements are from mean high water up.
Okay, awesome, thank you. Cause in the spring, it's a little different.
Well, right.
So no plans necessarily to develop at this time, but just forward thinking, maybe depending on.
Forward thinking, the reality is the existing Elks Club building is substantial enough that the renovations are financially real enough that looking to, you know, help accommodate or help build some revenue.
Sure.
That you lost to take care of that.
Makes sense.
Thanks.
In the environmental impact form, you, on number 9, does the proposed action meet or exceed state energy code requirements? You have yes checked.
I would always check yes for any subdivision of land if it meet any energy requirement. The subdivision has no draw on energy, so
Uh-huh.
that's why I answered it yes.
Okay. And then can you tell us about the remediation? You on number 20, has the site of the proposed action or an adjoining property been the subject of remediation, ongoing or completed for hazardous waste?
I'll have to. Usually they give an answer what those are. And do some investigation to see, 'cause that's one of the questions I've automatically answered on that EAF mapper.
Mhm.
Oh, like when you put in the parcel number, it fills it in for you?
I have been recently. Similar, and I used investigation and why. Rouse's point, but this is. It just says yes.
Yeah.
I could do some investigation. I don't know if that has to do with Plattsburgh Bay, the dredging of, that would be my guess.
Yeah.
Actually, the UV cleanup to the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then proximity of that was that parcel relative to the mouth of the river. I'll be sure to have an answer for you.
Okay.
next Meeting, but I feel like it's gonna be that, can't remember what exactly they called it, fancy, you know, or. Just lands beneath the water,
Mm-hmm.
probably 15 years ago, that
It's a lot of parcels that have gotten cleaned up.
Yes.
basically along that bay, it's gonna come back with.
Yeah, I'm just curious because if you're talking about going into the slope side there and into those soils, and if there's been remediation on that site, which maybe there hasn't, those soils may
There's
not be
not.
able to be disturbed. Okay.
Not gonna remediate.
Okay. Okay.
That I'm aware of, but I'll do some more.
Yeah, yeah, that would be my concern.
So it's dead,
Yeah,
not that.
yeah, yeah. And then can you talk to us about the driveway? This is a shared driveway for the 3 lots.
Spot does have their own access curb cut, but this plan is gonna incorporate a shared ingress egress agreement for all 3 parcels. So that everyone has the right to use the circular drives and the movements throughout the properties. And I'm gonna coordinate more with the applicants as to how much that's gonna extend to pedestrian movements, or if it's gonna be restricted to just vehicular on the drives, but that is part of the discussion. We have talked about that. The idea is that all 3 parcels will be able to use the circular.
Sure.
Shared egress easement, you know, I'll coordinate with the applicants as to how far that will extend,
Mhm.
would extend to. If it's gonna give any rights to lot 3 to access the lake, things like that. It
Yeah.
was spelled out in that agreement.
Okay. But curb cuts for all 3 lots, is that right?
There
So
will
on-
be there,
Okay.
they have 3 curb cuts existing.
1, 2, oh, 3. Yeah, okay. I guess my question is, how is this delineate for me the difference between this driveway and a road? How is it not a road?
Only the 3 parties have the right to use it. Only the 3 lots have the right to use it.
Okay.
Whoever they give permission to, so it's not open to the public.
Okay,
It's actually gated.
okay. At all 3 entrances?
I think it is now.
Yeah.
I don't think it used to be, but it is now.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be just some coordination with the city.
Yeah.
In terms of, you know, the building department, in terms of what are they gonna consider that or not? Are they gonna wanna see it closed off or not. We've seen some other areas that are like it, but it's not usually used it. It's usually kind of into a property line.
Shared driveways and easement agreements between parties.
Right, and they'll already know what to do. That'll make it nice and easy. And Emily, we didn't have any utility concerns, right? Because we don't have anything at this time. There's plans, nothing back from any of the departments. Think about.
Actually. We had an MLD comment, which did not make it for my presentation.
Okay, yeah. Much appreciated.
MLD came back and said, we will need an electric right of way from Cumberland Ave to both new lots on the lakeside. Power will not come from the existing transformer. Separate fees need to be installed.
The table with. Oh,
And then between lots 2 and 3, I understand that the structures that may be built there are imaginary at this point, right?
Mhm.
But you've got 15-foot setbacks on those side setbacks between lots 2 and 3.
yes.
But on the outside to the adjoining properties, they're 10-yard side setbacks. Why the difference?
So the requirement is 10-foot minimum, 25-foot total.
Okay,
And the.
So that's where you're
reality
getting
is
the
that
25.
idea was to keep as much of an open view in the middle as possible for the lot.
Got it.
3.
Okay.
That exists, or for lot 1, sorry.
okay.
Oh, okay.
To be able to still see the lake, if you go to
Yeah.
the structure.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And there's already between the neighbors, some fencing and some, even like a little encroachment of stone walls.
So that's civil, and happened between both parties, they're all aware of it, and they're in communication, and
Yeah.
no one's challenged anyone to a duel yet, so. It's good.
Would be more exciting that way, but.
You know if there's other properties along this row that would have structures this close to the lake? It's okay if you don't know off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head, actually just south of here. Just south of this property, there was Titherington and Johnson, say it was probably, let's see, he built it down on the mount, and it's pretty similar.
Oh, yeah, that one's pretty, those ones are pretty close.
Not as, I mean, with the slope on this property, nothing is as close. I mean, it's going like to here.
Yeah, is there a reason why you pushed it so far?
Yes, with.
Sorry, why lot 1 goes so far back?
Yes, because there's so much pavement. The reality is it's such substantial footprint of the building. That I had to meet the 50%, so the area of lot 1 had to get bigger.
Okay,
The footprint of the building is so much.
okay, that makes a lot of sense, thank you.
The only other note I think we were discussing at the pre-meeting was about. Flag shaped lots, talking about, long skinny driveways and wider. Sort of lots kind of in the back end from that, and maybe any potential issues that might arise from the new zoning code that can come up from those or not. I'm looking at the rest of the map from Cumberland Ave and seeing a couple other sort of units that are already in that sort of situation for you there, so I don't know that
The plans to
Yeah.
the south of that, and there's some classes. That's the kid there in far south.
that's the one that's sort of that down. the
One
road
here
is-
is Dr. Tanner, smoke and.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know that you're gonna necessarily have as many issues with that as maybe we thought in the pre-meeting. because there was some discussion about, the zoning code itself, talking about right angles versus, what's allowed and not allowed, kind of in there. Trying not to get you into a spot where we okay. Subdivision that things can't be built on later, we don't wanna be in that position, we don't want you all to get that.
We're not gonna have, subdivision is absolutely gonna have to create lots to be built on,
That's the idea, so. So I don't know if anybody else on the board has any
Yeah, they must have
questions or
easement
still wondering if
something.
that or not, but.
Yeah,
So that makes me feel better about the driveway situation.
yeah.
We were just looking at lots 13 and 14.
often, it's often not. These lakefront properties actually, and then how setbacks, both controls are applied. I can tell you that the lakeside, we held the rear setback because it was greater. So the rear setback is 30 feet, whereas the front yard setback is 25 feet. There's an argument to be made that that's a navigable body of water, that's a road frontage as much as the road itself is, so it should be
Right.
25 foot, we went the 30 foot just to let it be known that they didn't told me to go closer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the reality is that shoreline that you see, that the 30 foot rear setback. I don't foresee the house being built on that. It's literally, I think that 108 elevations where you'll see a face of a building.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
water is frequently at 103, so.
it's not frequently at 103. The base flood elevation is 102.8. So if it's above, if it's a 103, it's FEMA's coming in.
Yeah, but which happens, okay, I mean, we have
It's
that
happened-
situation.
It's happened once.
Well, in the last 100 years, it's happened 5 times.
I don't think so.
What is it, 95 is your average lake level?
Yeah.
Your average lake, I would say, is around 97.
Yeah, well, I think it's increasing, but I mean, we've had 5 of those in the last 100. But anyway, I don't need to argue the numbers of floods that we've had in the past 100 years.
We raised
But-
up the base flood elevation to 102.8, whereas it was at 102. So yeah, I question how many times it's gone above 103, but if you've done some research and you feel like it's done it 5 times, then maybe so, but yeah, that. I can tell you that 2 foot freeboard above that 102 would be what the insurance company would want, 104
Yeah.
would be the bottom, so we're gonna be 8 feet above that, so.
Yeah, and this will maybe apply more when somebody comes in to build, but
Yeah,
because it is in the the waterfront overlay, so there will be more strict requirements. Especially for that zoning overlay.
I will tell you that this has progressed here because we have been waiting for a couple of years on the zoning. So
Okay.
this is not a new application, or it's new application because we've been waiting on the zoning. And I think we've been worked on it for at least about 4 or 5 years now. So they lost hope in it getting accomplished in a timely manner is why we're here for you now.
Cause you wanted to wait until.
We wanted to wait, make sure we accommodated the subdivision relative to the zoning. The idea, the goal is to have a approved subdivision that is approved by right. Approvable by right.
Yeah, makes sense.
Any other thoughts or questions from the board? Doing my best Jim impression.
That's good.
He usually stares at all of us for a
Thank
second.
I think Jim just wanted to get out of here.
I think so too, it's nice out.
it's a nice one.
Working on this project.
And this current thing we're looking at, you worked with the building codes.
Oh, absolutely.
On.
This isn't the first.
Yeah, that's what you were saying, right? Yeah, okay,
Probably the third one. Yes.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, it just stinks, I guess, that there's so much pavement, so like, it would be nice if you could just move it. back a little bit.
I've even asked the applicants, is there any chance any portion of the that you're gonna demolish? And
Sure.
Yeah.
Less than the size, the need for the size of that lot, and they really don't want.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
It's not cheap to build right now, so I get it.
Mhm.
I'm looking through my papers for the resolution on here, unless anybody else has any other questions.
And am I right that as we approve the subdivision, we're approving property lines only, right? The setbacks are not part of that.
Well, the setbacks would have to be a part, they'd have to be a part of it if you're approving the
Yeah,
line, because the line.
That's true, because they're gonna, although there's some flexibility on how you get to 25, right? So there's some movement there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just saying it would have been, it would have been nice if the property line could have gone more towards Cumberland Ave.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's not enough room.
Right.
Big building.
it is a big building. And
Definitely.
Yeah, and it might just, I mean, 2,000 square feet's pretty big, but might just limit what types of buildings can be put on lot 2 and lot 3. And maybe
That's exactly.
maybe they're not huge,
Yeah.
multi,
Style.
yeah, it might be more of a waterfront camp-esque thing. And we'll see you guys again. This is just the sketch plan.
Unless you wanna do it all tonight and have a public hearing, I'm all good with it.
Cause we didn't advertise it, did we?
We have to host a public hearing tonight, yes. Public hearing follows seeker. So resolution A is seeker and sketch approval saying that the applicant has completed the requirements for a minor subdivision review. The board is stating that it's a minor subdivision and classifying as a type 2 seeker action. And then a public hearing was advertised, so we will have to hold a public hearing.
So yes, I have to come back to you for detail.
Right, that's what we're saying, is I think you would have to have a detailed, the detailed also has,
No,
detailed does not.
detailed will not have a public hearing if we hold one tonight and it was advertised.
All right, well, thanks for clearing that up. I do not have resolution 26-08A in front of me unless someone else does. I've got 26-07.
It's supposed to be, it's a typo.
Okay, that's all, okay, just making sure, I think it's just not in my packet, so if you guys wanna. I'm gonna leave this, so somebody else is gonna.
Yeah.
A motion. Any questions on any of the staff comments, just before we lose you on there, with the tax obligation, special notes on the plan regarding the proposed easement of the parcels, I think that's what we were mentioning regarding the travel easements and any pedestrian easements for that, and then I think that's it. So. Okay. Any other comments from the board? All right, and I believe we're,
Actually, sorry, can I have one more question? And sorry, that maybe this is just me not understanding how the process works, but do you have to, do you guys have to remove the pavement before you sell the lots?
That's a good question. I would hope that can be done in conjunction with the building application and the way to protect, the way the city can protect you. Sure, if that happens, that they're going to get you a CO for that. So I would hope to be a part of the construction. I would hope we wouldn't condition that it be removed before the finalizing of the subdivision, but more so of condition a certificate of occupancy or building permit on the removal of the pavement forces and blah, blah, blah.
I
It's
understand.
actually in conjunction with the physical act, not the theoretical subdivision.
Yeah, I understand that from that perspective, like, if you're gonna have them remove everything now, you're locking them into this plan, whereas if somebody comes in and they say, we wanna buy both parcels and we wanna make something else on here. Do something else, they still have some changes.
Yeah,
that they
like
could
when
come back
first
and
of
make.
all, both lots, they say, you know what, we're gonna get rid of that south entrance altogether, if they open themselves up to some more open space. Just have the one entrance, you know, I would hope we could use the building permit to condition to make sure we're sure that to protect the cities.
Okay,
Yeah.
is that something that, and sorry for my ignorance on this, is that something that you would have to get our approval for, or whoever removing the I'm just concerned about removing all of this pavement this close to the lake and not having a lot of
That's why. I.
proper,
Be done. in
erosion
conjunction
control.
with
okay,
Construction.
okay, okay.
Not get it ready and then wait for some construction. I would hope that the removal
Yeah.
would be in conjunction with the stuff and single family dwellings. And we could, you know, make sure that we, you know, whether it's supplying the code office with drawings that show that there's zoning requirements are met. that
Yeah,
Use their building permit to control that.
okay, okay. Yeah, I just don't want a bunch of pavement going into the lake.
I think a huge advantage to have that parking lot during construction, let me tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That would make life easy.
Yeah.
And then tear it up.
And in that way, lot two isn't beholden to the development of lot three. You know, lot twos
Sure.
can happen and then lot threes can happen, they're not.
They don't happen at the same
It's
time.
simultaneous, where I think if you condition it by the subdivision, the reality is they're better off just the one that it is in the legend now.
Mhm.
And I think it causes more of an environmental question.
Yeah. Okay,
Tearing it up twice instead of tearing it up once.
yeah. Okay,
It's a good question, can't believe I didn't come out with that.
yeah, we didn't ask it till the end, so.
Was there anything the board wanted me to get more clarification on from any city departments?
Um,
We had talked about, I think the waterfront development, but I think that's already been discussed with the buildings department for this. I don't know what it says.
What was the question?
Just, I think we've already discussed it regarding, you know, building close to the lake, building on the ledge. You know.
Yeah.
Building near to the high water line, all those kinds of issues.
So yeah, I mean, I have concerns about all of those things
Mhm.
and others on this division. And I'm curious about, I hear you on because of the size of the structure, lot one has to be sized as it is. Like, I'm curious about the opportunity of getting variances to some of the other regulations so that lots 2 and 3 move towards Cumberland Ave, right?
The applicant's specific desire is to not.
Well, that might be a desire. I would desire that also if I were the applicant.
It adds
but-
color to type. It's not necessary.
It adds, sorry.
Adds color, it adds something to the color of title, meaning, there's a restriction there that's. Could affect the buyer, affects marketability, whereas the reality is the ordinance is that they have the right to do this.
Well, I think you're already potentially in that space of impacting the viability of those two lots as you're so close to the water. And I think there was a project not far away that was terminated because of common loon habitat that the state identified. So I think there are other issues that put that in danger, and that just getting that variance allows those lots to move slightly that might free them up.
I don't know that I have answers to that.
I don't either.
Here.
Yeah, this desire is just to create a subdivision, to not change it.
Sense. Okay, any comments, anything else that the board might want to add to the resolution as a condition of approval or non-approval of that motion?
Tom, do you want a copy?
No, that's all right. Got here.
Wait, sorry, are you waiting on us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's anything the board wanted to add to this before we go to our next step here.
Our next step is the secret.
Yeah. A would be the seeker determination type 2. And B would be division planning.
I do have something I want, or maybe I could request, is just maybe in writing that from the code officials that the flag shaped lot is okay. I mean, it's in neighboring properties, but maybe just so that we have our bases covered.
Sense to me.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of all down that road.
I mean, you kind of gave to that with the no comment from the code office cover for this application.
Yeah, but I think it's just like, we just want it for precedence and not setting precedence.
Sometimes we don't know if a no comment is a no review.
I can tell you that it went through 3 reviews.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So we didn't cover on that, it's not that we don't believe you either.
When I put no response, that means they did not respond to me.
I
When
see.
I put no comment, it means they specifically said no comment.
Understood.
So no comment means they reviewed it.
Reviewed it,
Yeah.
had that comment.
Okay, cool.
Got it. Helpful, thank you. Does that help?
Yeah, I think I'm good. I feel my questions were answered. Yeah, and I think that when somebody tries to develop lot 2 and 3, we'll have a lot. A lot to talk about, but
Yeah.
I think for this, my questions are answered.
Any other thoughts from the board?
I don't know. I think my questions are answered.
All right, so then do we have a motion on resolution 2026-07 -A, which would be 08-A? Yes.
I think for 7, the last guy was over.
Because they
I
started.
have a
I think they
typo.
were 06 and.
Oh,
now it's
so we're
typo,
still 07.
so
Yeah.
I think it's just when it was started.
I thought you were gonna have me on the agenda. I was thinking before 7.
So then just go 07.
So I would make an amendment. I don't know that amendment is, I would make an amendment to the short form environmental assessment form on specifically on 13 on page 2 of 3. Here, with the proposed action,
Oh, Tifa.
I'm sorry, what number?
number 13. Bottom of page 2 of 3. So this is I'm challenged here because I understand that we're just approving a subdivision and we're not we're not approving structures and we don't have structures in front of us. But with the proposed action, it says physically alter or encroach into an existing wetland or water body. And I think the division as we are creating it allows the rear yard setback to encroach below high water line and what is becoming more regular water line?
Yes.
No, show me how
So-
not.
So your 30-foot setback
Yeah.
is at 103, 103 here.
Yeah,
So that is not a wetland.
agreed.
So
So-
you're not
well-
approaching into the wetland for water body. The water body doesn't start until that mean high water. It's flooded if it's above that.
Well, the flooded is still the lake, right? And so, so my fear here, so my fear is that is that potentially we're approving a subdivision that makes the lots potentially unbuildable in the way that they are currently configured, because the setbacks allow building to that point. And I'm just curious if if a variance just to move those forward, I have no issue with the principle of the 3 lots here, but if that actually just removes a large problem that we're gonna have to deal with in the future.
But you don't have to deal with it. That will be the building department's gonna deal with it, and how that, whatever the building plan is, that's how every property that gets developed, having that.
Well, that will come to us also, right? We'll need to approve a site plan, right?
For residents, there's no site plan approval for residents.
For this no,
No.
this will not come back.
No. This is.
No, I don't think it-
Single family home?
Yeah, I don't think it would look good. It's on the, not in
Mhm.
the historic district.
Even with
Kurt, are you-
water from
Kurt, are you
overlay,
saying-
we don't get any side?
Emily, I don't know if you can zoom in on this. Or is your question where the lot line ends, like on the water side?
It's not where the lot line is. I understand where the lot line is, and we can't move that lot line, right? Because that's deeded. My issue is,
We could make it, we could even, I would be opposed to conditioning that setback being 50 feet from the mean high water. Like.
well, now we're getting reasonable. That's fine.
No matter what we do, the design's gonna have to accommodate.
Yes,
the geometry.
totally agreed.
So, if I wanna build a 2,000 square foot, 40 by 60, well, that's not gonna work if we do that.
Right.
Because of the geometry of the lot, where the shoreline is.
Right.
But I think it's certain rules.
So I may have. Tom, your question is about where the property line is on the water side or on the driveway side.
Right.
Well, we can't change that property line, right? Because that's deeded. That's where the property line of what is currently the Elks Club sits.
North south, yeah.
Yes, but the newly drawn property line to the west of, right, along the edge of the driveway, right? That's being newly created. That has the ability to be adjusted.
Right.
And by shifting that property line,
Without obtaining variance.
that's right, it would require a
They
variance.
don't want to obtain a variance.
Okay,
And so,
okay. Well, then my concern is that we're currently encroaching on the lake.
we're
So-
not.
Do you have the laser pointer? Might be easier. Kurt, I don't know if it's easier for you to show kind of where it is, because I think what the disagreement is about, if I'm understanding this right, is it about
This is better or worse?
where the line is on the eastern side, on the lake side, what's considered the edge of the property line?
So no, not the property line, because that's deeded. We can't, right, that's the,
Setback relative to those.
You're concerned where the
That's what the setback
structure
is.
is.
yeah, what's up?
The actual structure is gonna be located.
Yeah, so if you're willing to condition that this setback moves further up the slope, which I think is, if I heard you right, was what,
Yeah, well, I mean, I hate to make that condition. We'll talk about it at the next meeting. I want to discuss with my bosses.
Yeah.
The right.
okay,
But I wouldn't, so it's at 30 now. There's plenty of room, and I'll have to discuss with the applicants, do they have an idea of a footprint of what they want to build? Because I can tell you, most buildings can fit from here to the top of the bank. We're utilizing the bank to have a walkout basement. And not obstruct the view shed of lot 1. So we're using the bank, the idea is to not push that building close to the lake, but to push that building
Sure.
So I don't think it's a problem, you know, I don't know if we go as far as condition it or, condition it as a 40-foot setback or a 50-foot setback from low water. Something like that. Sure.
And for you're essentially saying you don't want the high water line, the mean high water line is too low, you're looking for it to be above the flood line. The property
Yes,
line.
yes, yeah. And I think potentially we're in agreement. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Sign law. You're encumbering the title owner in his rights based on the desire of where you want the building. He has the right to put the building within 30 feet of that title boundary setback. Whether he ends up paying flood insurance for it or not, that's the question.
Yep.
But it's not your purview or care.
Yeah, I don't have the
you
rules
go.
in front of me, Kurt, but I'm in agreement that I think that could potentially put the city in a tough spot. Is that enforceable or not? If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think if we had a stronger waterfront overlay district,
Yeah.
but I don't think our waterfront overlay district is strong enough.
Okay.
Listen,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not,
I'm
I agree.
adversarial.
no.
No, I understand, I understand.
agree with both of you. I think, right, it's the property owner's right to build. I don't like seeing houses super close to waterfronts because I just don't think it's a good idea, like ecologically and climate change wise. But as you said, there's also the possibility that lot 3 owner could apply for a front yard setback variance
Right, and they don't want
if
that.
they
Yeah,
wanted.
yeah,
No, I'm
that's-
saying
yeah.
whoever
At the
lot.
time of the issuance of the building permit or something.
At lot
Yeah,
3
that's possible.
owner, if they chose, could see if they've got granted a variance to move their setback so that they could build closer to that U driveway.
Or you can call that a side yard. So.
Yeah, we'll get in
We
trouble.
call this a side yard
We,
and moved it, so 15 foot, so your 15 foot came up. Along the side to 15 foot from here,
But again,
and then your only front yard is gonna be on your flag, so the idea
Yeah.
was you have a front, not a back.
Yeah.
But you could probably like the front.
we've played with, I mean, people have encouraged us to play with those before and we've gotten pushback against that. Yeah,
from the city, or from
yeah,
the codes.
yeah. Just like you can call whichever side you want, the front and the back and.
Yeah, but this is,
But-
I think that's the issue with having flag shaped properties is like, what is the front? and what
Right,
is- Yeah,
right.
that's like,
Interesting though, in this case, it's not abutting a road, it's abutting a driveway. And so I don't know, but then we get the front up here.
Put side yard, I could see that.
I don't-
I mean, and the truth is if it makes the planning board more comfortable, but it might be something that has to be communicated with the codes, so they don't feel like we're stepping on.
no, I think that, I'm not saying that we should do that.
No.
I'm saying that if lot 3 owner, whoever ends up buying this property. And they want to build on this lot and they think they need more room and they don't wanna be on this slope. That's up to them to figure out. Yeah, cause I agree, I think that this is. Really close to the lakefront.
Even condition. Building permits on the issuance of plot plans that shows the proposed building footprint.
It's above our pay grade.
That way it's not, but that way you're not gonna be able to issue, that it kind of helps the code office in that. They're not gonna be able to issue a building permit until they actually see a design plan. And how that's gonna be relative geometrically to setbacks, title boundaries, things like that.
But if I'm hearing you correctly, we won't see any of that plan.
No, it'll be the code
Yeah.
office, but you could condition the subdivision on the code review of the plot plans based on the proposed development.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, but for tonight, for the sketch plan. And the seeker, that's what we have to do tonight.
Yes.
Okay. Tom?
We can put it to a vote. Kurt, you had some conditions that you were looking to think about. Kind of within that,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think. They're good conditions. I understand where you're coming from with them. My concern is defensibility in terms of, setting precedents and things like that. Does the city have the ability to say, you have to, we're picking this line and not that line if the other line is more traditionally used in construction? So
Mhm.
that's,
Mhm.
that's maybe just a different way of seeing things, but. I mean, based on the no comments from the environmental services or from the building inspector's office. Doesn't sound like they have concerns that these would be lots that could not be built on in some way, shape or form. And, when this comes back before them, if there's something that would be out of alignment with the rules of the city, it would be flagged at that time. My understanding. And, barring again, the new zoning or any kind of municipal water. Front zone that says. This is where things have to be now. I don't know that I have a better answer.
Mm.
Yeah,
Army Corps of Engineers been involved in this at all?
Not in subdivision, no.
Is somebody
It
mentioned?
wouldn't be unless there was a proposal for a ski wall, so let's say lot 2 or 3. The developer that decided to just take a shoreline and they would be applications on for DC, but there's no plan.
I just heard the word wetlands at one point.
Mhm.
it's just this in the seeker where it talks about.
That was the case. You hear
Interwetlands,
Right.
interwetlands or water bodies, so I
Mhm.
think the thought was, the lake, would be the water body, right, so the wetland. Would anyone like to make a motion?
I mean, we need to move, right?
What are we on?
Be 26-07A. Or seeker first, and then we would have 26-07B after that, and then we would have a public hearing. Public hearing in between those two, or public hearing after the B? Okay.
Just a reminder, staff comment. Number 3 and 4 could be conditioned. So that they can be taken care of next meeting.
Take care of in the residence.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Emily, I missed what you just said.
Staff comment 3 and 4, if the board conditions the approval on the sketch review tonight, those 2 conditions will have to be met before detailed review.
Okay.
next time.
But I have to do the secret first or someone.
They're the same resolution.
Oh, okay. I will, oh, thank you. Okay, that's why I didn't hear what you said, because I was reading the second one, which said detailed plan review, and I was getting confused. All right, I will make a motion for resolution 2026-07A. With 2 conditions being the staff comments number 3 and 4. Any other conditions to add, anybody?
Wait, your motion is on seeker?
Seeker and the
Is-
sketch plan review.
Got it. I didn't read. the
Yeah,
second.
and then next time we'll do the detailed sketch plan review.
Yeah, okay.
Approval.
Yep.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Barry Finnegan,
Yes.
Tom Foxborough,
Yes.
Carly Leary, yes, Kurt Burbidge.
Yes.
Okay. All right, then our next, course of action here is to open the public hearing. I have a tab, I'll never get to bang it down. Make a
You need
smart,
to, you need to base.
open the public hearing. Is anybody online? Any comments from the room? All right, we'll move to close the public hearing.
Who's the person that is online?
Terry.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
There we go, wow, what a
Okay.
meeting. Okay. I think that's all set then for this application, yes, Emma?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Your time.
Want?
Appreciate it. See you
I'll be
next month.
emailing you.
Okay,
All right,
thank you guys.
thank you both, have a great
Yeah.
evening.
And I'll push on the applicants to see if they can come up with a footprint that we can maybe show on there. I'll show it as a sketch. I won't show it on the subdivision plan because I don't wanna. You know, do a footprint, but I'll try to add some geometries for a sketch just to show what.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
Thank you.
Helpful for the board.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
even to like help visualize.
I understand.
By the way, that-
I don't need to answer. I don't know.
No kidding.
Yes.
Oh my God. I was a huge.
Well, and that's the hard thing about approving this is that like, once we approve it,
Small
then it isn't up to,
I will tell you though, that is.
So she's a lawyer, her husband's a lawyer.
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had a crowd.
Anyway, we're a lot of fun.
So the whether it be in the building design or having a footprint that means their foundation behind the reason modification, if it is out of those setback,
Yeah,
livable area. Or having to go get variance, so if you know, I will also. I don't know if that's on the maintaining variance, I just know if it's very staunchly not, and for the other parts that about the.
Well,
It's gone for a few months.
Sure. And I'm not on the zoning board, and so that variance doesn't come from us, and so I don't know.
No.
But I do think that a variance in order to move further from the lake is different than a variance to increase density or a variance to do, that's a fairly,
That.
they get sticky. I
Proximity
agree.
to the lake. That is not an environmental. Issue, it could be accommodated, we build over water. So we build that water, we build over water, that's not,
just because it's allowed doesn't mean it's not an environmental issue, but,
Yeah.
you know,
Divisions done.
yes,
With
Yeah.
the rain guard, stormwater.
Yeah.
yes.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The water body isn't taboo.
No, I understand. I understand what the laws are. Yeah,
I'm not.
we just don't always, no,
Yeah.
I know you're not. I think Kurt and I just don't always agree with what the regulations say.
Well, read it tomorrow, you'll have different opinions, stuff.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Good night.
Okay, any
That
other
was
business?
fair. I'm not gonna say it. Thank you.
So what, Jim?
Cause he did
Let's
some
adjourn the
work.
meeting first, and then,
Yeah,
Oh.
do we have any other business?
nope.
Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Motion adjourned. Make a motion, seconded,
Or all in
all in
favor.
favor?
Aye.
Aye, all right, turn that off. We're talking about Jim's.